I don't think this Porsche is going to be as nimble as the fucking GT4. I think that's the OP car already. Driving. Yeah. Porsche's quite tricky, isn't it? Trying to get it round.
Well, I found out when I first started driving something. Give it a lap or two and it'll all start to click.
Oh god damn, right corner. Let's fuck that lap up. Oh, I don't know, that's a bad lap and it was a 152, so fucking hell, this car's quick.
It is a quick car, mate.
put in the fastest lap so far with this course anyway.
It is a good car, but honestly, it's, I surprised myself how quick it was.
For that one, let me see where I've come. I've been up now. Boo! Four-sided roulette to get rare. Bronze. So how far into bronze are we? 2 seconds into bronze still. That's good. So that's definitely 250 grand. Because what happens, the more people that play it, like the times change. So as long as you're about as long as you're about 2 seconds in, I reckon that's good enough for a while.
I'm yet to manage a silver or anything on it. I've only ever gotten bronze a few times.
I got a silver the last one. It was the Ferrari P4 330, and me and Doc are the only people that have actually got that car. It's like £9 million fucking Ferrari race car, and fucking me and Doc have been cruising it for months before that came out, and Doc was driving it in manual. So Doc found it hard because he couldn't drive it in manual, because they take, when you do these events, they take handbrake off and they take your clutch out and they take your shifter out as well. So you can't change gears, you can't use your clutch, and Doc was used to that car, how it was with the clutch. But I got silver last week with it. I got a million a couple of days ago when I come back on. I was really chuffed with it. I was chuffed as well because I beat Stevie, and I know that he was riling. He was like, ah! It was a really hard one though. It was really hard. But I enjoyed it. It was really good, and I think that was Monza with the horrible fucking right and left-handers. I think that's the set of course. The set of course made me hate that course.
Yeah, I've got it on PC, but that's one game I've not really gotten stuck into because up until I got the wheel and pedals, it wasn't really particularly playable with a pad.
Oh mate, the shit that you can do on it now, like I've seen some people that have got
I mean,
like
I
that.
bought it for the VR, to be fair.
Yeah.
Now I've got the mount, and now I've got the wheel and pedals. It's definitely one that I need to reinstall and
Oh,
try
you've
again.
got to,
I don't even
because
take
some
it
of
to
the
space.
some people are running that, like their shit's that good, like, and they're running like the Tokyo like ones where they're going through the traffic. You're looking in VR and you look at your fucking your computer in your car, like in the game, and you can put YouTube on it. And it was running YouTube separately on the heads-up display on the car. It was sick. I've seen some wicked ones on the set course that has made me want a PC.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit that you can do on computers.
Do you know what? I'm going to do something crazy. I am going to try my Lamborghini with the medium tires. Mm, mm. This might be an absolute pig. Gotta try it. Oh, I love this Lambo. God, I love the sound of this car as well. Oh, fuck, you didn't hear that. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. I only touched an apex and just span around like 360.
Yeah, I think the Lamborghinis have been look, no, they don't have much luck. I think in Gt7, they should handle better than they do in general.
The Murcielago is the best Lamborghini I've ever That's fastest, most sexy.
The Murcielago.
640 LP. Audi's first baby there with that with the Largo.
Yeah, that machine's been out there.
blow my shit, but it's... Okay, just go find it, so... Yeah, I think I'll go find it with my own thing, Jill.
First lap in the Lambo. fucking bitch. You fucking slag. Oh, sorry, mate.
It's alright.
Oh, fucking Lamborghini, cunt. It was going to be a fast laugh. Hit the last apex and it was like, fuck you. Yeah, I still can't beat the old LM. I think that's the car. That's the car for me on this track.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna take it for another one, see if I can beat it.
Maybe I should have just paid that much for the information. It's like having to kill everything on the fucking planet. Get a tank overload. These things are like fucking triceratops.
Fucking penalty, you cheeky cunt. No. Oh, Doc,
Hello, mate.
there's a new race in place of that fucking Corvette race now. GT3. Let me tell you. Excuse me, sorry. I'm enjoying it. I've already found what I think is the meta car for me anyway. It is Circuit de Barcelona Cataluna GP layout. I'm hitting like 152s. I've tried the Porsche. What have I tried? Something. The Porsche, the GT40.
You did the Porsche, you did the Lambo.
Yeah, Lambo.
You did the GT40.
Yeah, and that's it. Just them three,
I think that's it.
Yeah, just them three. Yeah, it's the GT40 all the way from me, I think, on that. Kind of eats that track. And the last few corners, like, there's like a last little twisty bit on it. You got to be in first, like in them corners. Like.
How you doing then, Doc? Yeah, not bad, mate, not bad.
Yeah, my internet went down again last night. You know when it happens at that 3 o'clock in the morning? I reckon it's sort of a sign. Because do you never guess what film I watched afterwards?
What, The Exorcist or something?
Yeah. Do you know what? I found it on my TV, right? And because I've signed up to a Sony Bravia for like free 12-month trial, I get like 5 tokens to buy films. So I bought that film. So I've got that film in full HD, like IMAX quality, because it's Sony Bravia. It maxes out the TV to the potential the film is, so it will give it the best quality. I was reading into it, I was like, yes.
But whilst I hear what you're saying, I think it's more likely that that's just when they do their resets and they apply their updates and shit, and they try to do it at a time when they figure most people aren't going to be online. And it'll be different in each country, because I always get mine goes down about 3 in the morning.
Well, I reckon it's either the Chinese, Russians, or it's that fucking demonic hour. And it's 3 o'clock.
Well, I did read up on it a while back, because it is quite regular on mine too. It's not every night, but a lot of nights around 3-ish, that kind of time. Between 2 and 4, it will often just sort of blink off for a couple of minutes and essentially have to do a quick kind of like self-reset and then kind of power back up. And yeah, a lot of the prevailing theory was because, like, obviously they're constantly patching and updating and upgrading on lines and doing stuff. So the best time to do it is around that time in the morning. They figure for downtime. It's too early for people to be starting work in sort of jobs where they're kind of going to be starting up early. It's too late for people to be still at work for anything that's usual. Most people are in bed at that time. Anyway, the majority, obviously you got people that maybe aren't working and stuff like that, like they're up quite late. But most people, if they've got to be up early in the morning, are probably in bed by 3, and I guess that's just why they do it then.
Well, Doc reckons it's to stop all the people watching Netflix, and then it's like, fuck them. It's all.
Yeah.
Oh, talking about routers, have you had any more luck?
But imagine if they did it at 12 o'clock in the day or 2 in the afternoon, it would fuck with people a lot more, because businesses and everywhere suddenly like, fucking hell, it's gone down again for 2 minutes. Meetings and stuff don't stop.
What about yours then, Doc? Your router, have you sorted that problem? Why don't you ask 7? 7's pretty fucking... I might know a little bit about it.
I mean, I'm not an expert with routers, but, I might. I don't know. What's the problem with it?
Oh. I was just hoping you might know how to do it, though. Just do that.
Yeah, so it's not a problem with the router per se. You're trying to, get into it. I mean, you can easily get into the settings of any router by tapping your IP address into Google. But outside of that,
I didn't know.
Yeah, that's how you access your router settings, Jay. Is you use a well, ideally a PC, but really anything connected to the network, and you just tap in your IP address, and it will take you to your router setting page, and then you can adjust things within it, like, but you might need to, turn this on, turn that off, change this.
So what's your problem, Doc? Oh yeah, but is it set up to the last?
Most routers are kind of pre-configured for the most common use anyway.
Is it set up to the last provider though? Is that what you're thinking? Because you've changed provider on it now, haven't you? Yeah. Well, I was thinking if you need, can I give you my IMEI number? Would that work?
No.
No. They'll probably not even let you buy it. They'll probably say, no, we'll just send you another one out. Just give us that one back. Yeah, but I think once you speak to them... Oh, it's a shame you can't. It's a shame that Smarty Mobile doesn't work as well for your mobile phone, because that's a pretty good deal. 100 gigabytes. Yeah, hang on. I've got one. Okay. Why don't you go with T-Mobile? Because you said they've got signs for your phone. I was going to say, because if it's got... Oh no, but like, that's... Well, that... Put a time in, Doc. I want to see if I can beat you. You've won at Goodwood. I ain't going to try anymore. I can't do it. I just can't. I'm not even trying it. It annoys the shit out of me, that track does. I cannot get that track right. And plus that car's just fucking old. It's like a DB5. You got to do James Bond around Goodwood 7, like the James Bond Aston. It's fucking... Do you know what? I always forget that you can rent cars as well. I might rent the fucking... the McLaren.
The McLaren Group 3 is okay, but it's nowhere near as good as some of the others.
Well, you can rent. I keep forgetting that. It doesn't cost you any money, but every time you enter one of these events, you can rent like one of the cars, and they give you every single car in that category you can rent and drive it. And it don't cost anything. That's sick.
Okay. I'm happily playing away on Starfield at the moment. It's quite fun. Good game. My fucking companion, he's just got completely tamed. He's this robot, right? And like we got attacked by these fucking monsters, and I see him run up to one. He's like, "You will be easily defeated," and it hit him once, and he's dead. I was like, "Fuck's sake!" I mean, dead. He's incapacitated. Once I've killed everything, he'll get back up. But it's like, for God's sake, you just made yourself look a right cunt. No problem at all. Whack, gone, done. Can't take him anyway.
It's not that bad, Doc. You made it sound like it was fucking awful. Like that's like oh. Mm.
that is a challenge, mate.
So basically, you got to take your fucking. I don't know.
So you're in a catch-22.
Yeah. Well, I got stream going if you wanna watch something. Ah, shit's over.
I should really stream this Starfield. I've got to think that I've played this every night since Sunday. Yeah, wasn't playing last time. But no, with it being a single player, like mixed with playing through it, I don't really, which pretty much feel like I'm meant to be doing stuff more. Yeah, that, but with how popular it is, mate. To get this thing running, I was telling Bad about it. So to put in perspective, right? When you go on the Steam page and you buy this game, and you go down to the recommended specs and the minimum specs. So the minimum spec on this, and I won't bother getting into the CPU because it's mainly about the graphics cards, but the minimum spec on this basically is a 1070 Ti, right? And Bethesda have gone on record as saying, oh yeah, you know, with a 1070 Ti, you could expect to get 60 frames per second pretty consistently at 1080p, you know, on sort of high to ultra settings. Right, yeah, fair enough. The recommended card is a 2080. And so on that, they're like, yeah, you know, 60 frames per second at like 1440p ultra or above. Bear in mind the card I've got, 3080 Ti, right? So considerably higher than any. I mean, the 1070 way higher now. It's basically the same as my old card. In terms of power, they're pretty much neck and neck. So, I've got the 3080 Ti, and there are people saying that they can't even hit 60 frames a second on this game with a 4090. With me, when I fired this up, as soon as I got out of the first mine area, my FPS, and this was, I started at 1080p, you already have to fuck around just to do that, because there's no full screen option, so you can't change your own resolution. Your resolution is whatever your desktop resolution is. My desktop resolution is 4K, because I'm on a 4K screen. I suppose I could have lowered my desktop resolution, but then it moves everything around, and it's just boring. You shouldn't have to do that to play that. So there's a resolution slider in game, so you can basically have it output at your native resolution, but it will internally render lower, so it's upscaling what the console still renders. And you can set it. So I set it to 50%, which is 1080p, on 4K obviously. So it's basically outputting at 1080p and then upscaling to 4K. Now I initially set it to ultra. As soon as I got out of the first mine area into the actual game itself, proper, my frame rate sort of tanked down to sort of like the 40s and started fluctuating between 40, 50, and then occasionally back to 60, and it was just constant. It was up and down like fucking yo-yo, constantly. So I bumped my settings down to high. 3080 Ti here at 1080p, down to high, made virtually no difference. Maybe got like 2 frames back, but it's still fluctuating, you know, 40s to 60. And that was horrible. It was almost unplayable, because as soon as you move your camera left to right or anything, so I'm not one of these frame rate junkies, so it must be 60 or I'm going home. It's like, but it's that fluctuation between 30 and 60. As it's doing that, it gets so jittery and janky and blurry as you sort of make it. It's like this, yeah, it doesn't look good at all in motion. It's fine when it's standing still, but as soon as it starts moving, it looks fucking awful. So what I've actually had to do is go into the NVIDIA control panel, because they haven't bothered to put a frame cap on here. It's like, it's missing so much. So I've had to go into the NVIDIA control panel, create a fucking game-specific profile for this game, which then forces a 30 frame a second cap on it. Just like they've done on it runs at 30 on the Series X, and with that I've been able to put the settings back to basically ultra, and I've increased the internal render resolution to I've got it at, it's at 70%, no 75% of 1080p or of 4K, which I estimate to be about 1600p thereabouts. Ish. So it's kind of the internals about 1600p, somewhere between 40 and 4K, and it's upscaling to 4K. And locked at 30, it's perfect. Like, it won't drop a frame at all, doesn't matter where you go, the most challenging areas, lots of 30. But the fact you have to do that with a 3080 Ti is ridiculous. So, if you ever get this, and you decide to get it, you're going to have to do the same fix that I have. You'll have to go into your NVIDIA control panel, pick this game on the fucking system settings, and then literally create a sheet for it. Well, I mean, the sheet is standard. You just have to go down to the frame rate and just lock it at 30. Because, you know, you'll have the same problem. But I reckon you'll find it better at 30. 1080p. But yeah, poorly optimised. That's the other thing. Yeah, when you say doesn't look any better in terms of like how it its visuals or in terms of its performance, like did they do a frame rate count? Yeah. No, you're right. No, you're quite right. Yeah, well, it's essentially, it's kind of 50% running off your own render and 50% running off the cloud streaming, isn't it? Streaming the data in, well, actually not the cloud, streaming from satellites. Yeah, and it would look like you were playing it in slow mo. Yeah, it would be like. But in terms of its actual, you know, just render resolution, graphical performance, making it look nice, yeah, the 4090 should be able to do it in its sleep. That card is obscene. It's fucking ridiculous, but it's also something like, I mean, I think it's about £2.5 grand to buy. Yeah, it's costly. I reckon in the States that's probably about £3.5 grand, £3.5K now. All the extra taxes you have to pay for like the tech stuff. Yeah. You know, and considering, you know, you can buy a really, really good computer for half of that. It's a hard sell. It's a hard sell. If I was going to go with the 40 series, I'd probably get the 4080. Well, or 4070 Ti. 4070 Ti is a good purchase. It's a good stepping in point there. I mean, but the thing is, I mean, I've looked and that card's only about sort of 15-20% more powerful than mine, so it's not really worth it. You've got a good card and you're running in 1080p. If you wanted to upscale that to 1440 or 4K, I think that an argument could be made to go to a 4070 Ti. That would be that. But I wouldn't bother going into the 30s. I mean, like, you know, you get good improvements on a 38, for example, or a 38 Ti like mine. But yeah, your next point of call should be the 4070 Ti if you were going to upgrade right now, because you can get it for about $700-800, and you know, I mean, that's 20% more powerful than my card. My card's probably 75% more powerful than yours. So you notice the difference, but not at 1080p. At 1080p, your card is warping. It's not until you want to start 1440 or 4K but you're really going to see the difference. Yeah. And honestly, your rig on a 1080p screen I would agree with you. It's not worth upgrading because there shouldn't be anything coming out that you can't handle. You know, pretty much ultra settings across the board, and be able to maintain a decent fixing. Yeah, I mean, I was a bit like the idea initially because I've always built their like, you know, or at least for the last decade, you know, historically, I've always argued that that's the cheapest way, the most cost-effective way is to upgrade where you get the bits you want. But, you know, because of what's going on with the prices and the scouting, it's something I don't think, you know, Doc, I had my eyes open for like a GPU. I wanted to just upgrade the GPU initially, and I was looking for one at a decent price for a year and a half, and then the prices didn't drop throughout the whole pandemic, and then after it was ridiculous. And so it just got to a point where I kind of realised that I can actually buy a really good sort of setup I want for roughly the price of the card I'm looking at anyway. And initially. But also prices didn't start coming down before Christmas sort of time. But at that point I spent enough time looking at these new, like the new rigs, I convinced myself, you know what, the thing is, I mean, if I'd have bought a brand new graphics card and chucked it in my old rig, okay, yeah, I'm going to get some improvement, but I'm still running, well, no, not just that though, but I mean, I'm still running at that point, you know, an i7 octa-core, but it's like, you know, a 12th gen i7. I was still running DDR3 in that old system, and I couldn't have upgraded that without upgrading the motherboard, which would have required then a complete upgrade of the CPU, and obviously and a new copy of Windows particularly. I was running on a hard drive and on SSD, so it didn't have an SSD slot on the motherboard, because it was a PC I built in 2015, which was bleeding edge at the time, but at this point, obviously, you know, they didn't have SSDs in 2015. So yeah, I kind of looked at it and it was like, well, I kind of have to get all these bits and then build it. And it's using tech that I haven't used, so I've not used SSDs before, right? You know, so I was like, maybe it's just easier to buy a whole new one. And then obviously I got the new job, and my money suddenly went up, because I was actually looking at getting a rig that was around about the power of the one that Rocker's boy got. If I'm honest, I was looking at 3060 Ti's for about 1,200 quid, and that's what they were. They were 1,200, 1,300 quid, and then suddenly around Christmas they came down, and I'm looking at them and I'm like, yeah, they come down to like £1,000. I'm like, well, let's go up a couple of euros and see what that is. And so suddenly I was able to get my rig for like 1,800 quid. And if I'd bought all the parts individually, bearing in mind the graphics card was still £750 at that point, I mean, yeah, I might have saved myself £100, but fuck it, for that, I'll pay someone 100 quid to put it together well, and they did a fucker job, mate. Their cable management, they did a better job with cable management than I would have done. Yeah, because I mean, my PCs at the front have always looked really nice. You look down the side, they're perfect. There's no wires sticking out anywhere. Everything's perfect. Everything's stowed away. When you go around the back of my PCs and take that back cover off, it's fucking amazing. Because I don't bother with cable management back there, because it's all hidden, no one can see it. These guys have actually fucking done it proper. So actually, they did a better job putting this fucking together than I would have done. So I really can't criticise them. I got mine from Scan UK, and that's the way to go, mate. And if you do what I did. I didn't buy it outright. I bought it in 3 payments and PayPal paying 3. So it cost me, you know, something like 750 quid. No, it wasn't even that. It was about 700, 650 quid each month for like 3 months or whatever, up to 1,800. No, so yeah, about 600 quid it was. It's a lot more affordable than 1,800 quid out of my pocket. And I mean, you know, I use it all the time to make my profit. So my mate Kyle he didn't get the credit, but then again, Kyle hasn't got a job and has never had a job, and will probably never have a job at this point. So, you know, his credit rating is fucking toilet. I reckon he'd have no problem. And suddenly it's a lot more affordable. which is a fan. Was that a 40? Was that a 4070? Yeah, okay. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, because you can only get DDR5 on the newer one. Oof. Fucking hell. Okay, so that's an increase of what? It was 18, no, 19. So that's yeah, it's not. Yeah, the TI model is not worth 400 quid more. But yeah, that's doesn't sound bad. I mean, I've gone with a Ryzen CPU this time round, and it's actually really fucking good from a gaming perspective. So, and they tend to come in a little bit cheaper than the Intel equivalents. But at the moment, they're kind of keeping up with it very, very well. I think it's probably the fastest gaming CPU you can get. So it might be worth looking at a Ryzen variant for you. They do it. I'm sure they do. Yeah, I've got mine's a Ryzen 7 5700X, but I mean you'd probably be looking at a newer one now. It'll probably be a 7700 or something like that. If you're going for like a 4070 build, 4070 Ti. The Ti's worth it. Oh, okay. They're not for 8 size. Okay. I'm not even sure what 5 size. I don't know what it probably is one, but I mean, I always think you've got quite hectic, which is 6, which is 8. Okay. Yeah. No, I have to say, I mean, I do love my one. I think they've done a really good job with it. I've got a little button. Just little things as well. They've because new PCs don't really use the reset button because the reset button's pointless on a new PC. So they've wired my reset button up on my RGB. So when I press that, it cycles through. I've got like 15 different RGB settings on my PC. And so all of the fans just go in, light up with their specific, so I can do it like red, blue, green, yellow, whatever, go through them all, purple. Then I've got it so it does all of them at once and sort of does it in like a kind of a circle, which I've mainly got it on. I can have it way up. It's cool when you press the button, it's just a cycle through different colours depending on my mood. So those pictures. I can't. Well, I could, but it wants me to change country. Yeah, if you don't mind, bud. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. Oh yeah, okay, I like that. Yeah, but the other thing, yeah, I see what you mean. The other thing I like as well is that yeah, mine's got a 3 year warranty. Like just standard 3 year warranty. So if anything goes wrong in 3 years, the first time you call them, they send an engineer out to your house and they fix it there and then and sort it and replace parts and even bring you a replacement if needs be. And after that, it's one, you know, you actually have to send it back to them or they'll come and collect it and take it away. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just a good support thing. So again, I just don't have to worry if anything breaks, if the fucking not that I've ever really had. The only things I've ever had break on a PC is the power supply, and that was, to be fair, it was a cheap shit power supply. And I went out and bought a proper decent fucking um, what are they called, the 80 plus golds, and bang, yeah, no issue. You know, the one I had before was because it was a quick replacement. I don't even know if it was that. It was shit. It was like 35 quid, and it was like a 800 watt. Yeah, it was absolutely crap. Um, it was a mate of mine grabbed it because my computer had stopped working, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And this is before I really knew PCs, and we realised it was the power supply because we basically put a bigger graphics card in but had fried it, and so he was out and out that evening. And he just turned up at my house. He was, "Oh, I'll pick this up for you." It was only 30 quid. I was like, "Oh wow, okay." So we stuck it in there, and it worked for about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, and then one day me and Carl are playing Elite Dangerous, and suddenly the PC just fucking switched off, and I was like, I think I know what that might be. And when we went through it, I did all the tests, tested it, because at that point I knew how to build computers, um, and because I sort of self-taught myself, and yeah, I was like, nah, that's the power supply, and so we ended up going down to Curry's, and I bought the one I got now, which is the one, no, it's not the one I've got now. I got a new one with this PC, but I've got the one for my old computer, which I technically still have now, is epic. It comes with its own little carry bag, so you can carry it around to your mates out. Why the fuck would you? And it's got a lifetime guarantee. It's made by EVGA, but yeah, it's a modular one. That I do like the modulars because that way they haven't got the cables always attached. You connect what you need when you need it. But yeah, so it's ridiculous. It comes in this little leather case, like a bowling ball bag that you can take around your mate's house or whatever. And I'm like, who the fuck goes around? It's like, oh, my power supply's died. Oh, it's all right. I got one in this fluffy little carry-on bag I've got with me. I take it everywhere just in case. Talk about ostentatious. Now that's really nice, that mate. I like the look of that. That's pretty flash, isn't it? Yeah, it's water cooled as well. That's one thing I've never had the bottle to do with my PCs. I've never water cooled them. Oh well, no, I don't know. The problem with water cooled systems is eventually it's gonna it's gonna go wrong and it will leak. And when it leaks, that's when shit really goes wrong. The worst issue I'm ever going to have with my cooling system over the CPU is that the fan stops working and I have to spend 15 quid on a new one. Also, I actually quite like the way that this looks. I think it looks kind of chunky. Hang on, I'll take a picture of it. So it's this because this is my CPU cooling system. Hang on, let me. There we go. So if I send you that, I'll tell you what you're looking at. There you go. Wheeling its way over, get to everything you want it to be. So if you open that up and look at it, you see the big chunk and fan right in the centre of the view. That is my CPU. So it's an aftermarket cooler. So it's not overly expensive. It's like it's an Arctic Cooler 7, I think. But it looks chunky as fuck. It's really cool looking. Keeps it really cool. So at the back there, you can't see it's just a load of heat pipes to disperse the heat. So then it's got to go straight out the back of the case. Yeah, it's I like it though. I think it's chunky. I think it looks cool. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, the water cooling can be cool, and I particularly like. It's not. They haven't done it on that one, but you've got there because you've got the black. You've got the black rubber, not rubber, but like galvanised cabling everywhere, which is sort of functional. The really cool ones I've seen are transparent, and they use this sort of well, it's more of a gel essentially. So it's yeah, but it glows. It'll be different colours. It'll be like blue or pink or red, and sort of flows through it. Those look really, really flash. They look really cool. I mean, that still looks very cool. That one you've got there. I don't know if I prefer that in black though. White. Yeah. Yeah, you probably could. No, it is cool though. I like it. It looks big. It looks chunky. Yeah, I don't know about 4 inch. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's got some girth to it. And I tell you what, that's a cheap, nasty looking fucking keyboard and mouse thing packaged it with. I was going to say, you got a good one, haven't you? You got that ridiculous mouse though. You got like a £400 mouse, haven't you? Yes, I imagine that's right. Mine are okay. I have because they're both wireless, and they're ones that you charge up as opposed to put batteries into. I've actually got 2 mouse and keyboard setups connected to my PC. But when I say connected, it's just I've just got the USB dongles in the computer, so I can basically swap between them whenever I like it. And that way, obviously, if the battery dies and one is charging up, I just whip out the spare. And they're good, they're decent enough, but most games I play on the PC, I play with a pad, so I haven't gone over the top with my mouse and keyboard, because it would, you know, unless I'm playing something like Total War or something, it would be gathering dust for the most part. The only games I really play with mouse and keyboard are strategy games. Cyberpower's quite a cheap brand anyway, though, isn't it? Yeah, I've had a couple of mice. Are they called mice? Do we use plural for mice? Mouses? Yeah. I've had a few mice die over the years. Never really had an issue with any of my keyboards. But yeah, so it's not my go-to gaming method. It's usually the pad. Sort of flies in the face of the stereotype for PCs. People have got this vision of you hunched over a mouse and keyboard at a computer desk. I'm sat on my sofa, TV, pad. It's based for me. Mine's a glorified console. I don't even use it for anything else that I could use it for. It's like, you know, I don't download anything. I don't view anything. I keep it off the internet outside of playing games. It had one purpose when I bought it, and that was to be a beastly gaming machine. That is all it does. I've got other computers in the house if I want to do computey shit. I use my Chromebook for YouTube or my telly. I've got my laptop in the bedroom, which has got a terabyte of pirated movies on it. That just basically sits there these days as my in-flat sort of, what would you call it, like media streaming device. So if I want to, I can connect up to any of the tellies like over the Wi-Fi and just sort of watch whatever's on it. But that's its only purpose now. Oh, and editing YouTube videos. So like if I put up a YouTube video, I'll go in on that laptop and go into the YouTube studio, so I can put like a picture on it or like a wallpaper on it and stuff like that. Because that's all good to do on a Chromebook. It doesn't really work properly. You can't do it on a mobile. Go to the studio on a mobile, go on like the side. The phone definitely does have the same functionality. Yeah, the phone definitely does have the same functionality. But that's the difference between the web browser page and essentially using an app. Because on the phone it's an app, isn't it? The YouTube Studio. Well, you probably still can, to be honest. Like, if you went in through Google, you probably still could. But it would naturally try to put you. That's the problem with the that's the problem with the Chromebook, because the Chromebook is so Chromey. As soon as you do it, it automatically tries to bung you into the app. It's like, well, there's an app for this. You're better off than that. No, I'm not. No, yeah, you are. Trust me.
Have you not seen the new ones that are being fucking advertised? Like the new gaming Chromebook, like 120 hertz, like 120 frames per second and shit, and fucking.
Yeah, but it's all bollocks, mate, because it's not actually a gaming Chromebook. All it is it's using cloud streaming. So it's another cloud streamer, essentially using Google's failed cloud streaming platform, which they're now rebranding. And that's all it is. They're trying to keep that shit alive. What was it called? Google's shit cloud streaming service. Stadia. Well, that's basically what it is. What it is a stealth Stadia Mark II. They've still got the servers. That Chromebook has about as much muscle power as a fucking abacus. It is literally a streaming device. So, like, for example, if Doc bought one with his internet the way it is right now, he wouldn't be able to play fucking Minesweeper on it.
Yeah.
If you bought one, you've got quite good internet most of the time, so you can actually play cloud stuff and get a half decent thing out of it. But yeah, when you're talking about cloud streaming or cloud-based gaming, you can play it on a potato if you got the internet for it. It doesn't really matter what the hardware is behind it, because you're not using your hardware. You're using another computer that you're connecting up to over the internet. That's it. And the downside, which they still haven't really fixed of cloud-based gaming, is because you're doing it that way, there is naturally latency, there's input lag, because you push a button on your controller, it then goes to your computer, which then goes to the host computer and goes, oh, press the button. You press the button on the host computer, which then comes back to you and then comes to translate on your screen. Now, it doesn't feel like that. You're not like, you press the button, you sit down, and you see your sparkling face, and your character hits someone. But there is still a natural delay. That whole process takes probably a second, 2 seconds, and you notice that there's a second gap between you doing something and doing it in a new game. And that's what's known as input latency. That's the thing, actually. That people with that kind of speed is very much the minority in this whole world. I say in Silicon Valley, and they're like, hey, what's fine with me? Sitting 2 yards away from the server farm. That's it. They can connect up to it in the car park, so it must be working. It's like, no, don't try driving a couple of miles. But yeah, that's the downside, and it's not considered that that most of Europe is out of the question there. Certainly most of the Middle East, forget it. Southern Americans that want Brazil, no chance. It would only be Germany, UK, Australia, yeah, obviously America. But even then, America being the size it is, and parts of America are going to be fucked. Parts of Britain are going to be fucked. If you're living out in fucking farm country out here, where they're still looking at the moon every night, no, not witchcraft. It's not. Yeah, you know, they ain't going to be having much fun on the Stadia. In theory, though, it's a good idea. It is a great idea, and you know, used correctly and with the right infrastructure underpinning it, absolutely it can replace the need of computers, PCs, and consoles. But in order to do that, they need to work on the input lag to get the latency down to the point that you're only at sort of 4.3 milliseconds, where most games sit anyway. And no, not in the current state. But B, if they want to get to the point that they want to get to, which is essentially replacing the need of a PC, then they also need to have the infrastructure everywhere. You know, it's not going to work until everywhere has super fast internet. I mean, even I can't get one. That's it, exactly. You know, and that I think, yeah. To be fair, I mean, that's, as you mentioned yourself, although not as a criticism, I mean, that's kind of where Microsoft Flight Sim sort of maybe, I don't know, had its... What was the name of the guy that flew too close to his sun? Was it Icarus? Had their sort of Icarus one. Yeah, so I think they were a little bit too like, yeah, loads of people are going to be out. Because most people don't have the bandwidth to be out streaming, you know, the textures and the real-time geometry and weather and stuff in that game to, as you say, to get the best experience. That's it. And when you say MBS, you're talking megabytes per second. Now, most internet providers, when you see your speeds, right? So my internet speed, I've got fibre optic internet, which is supposed to be 80 megs internet. That's how it's advertised. Now, when you look deeper into that, that's 80 megabits per second, not 80 megabytes. And a megabyte is 9 megabits. So, you know, and when you look at any broadband provider in the UK, they advertise their speed in megabits. Of course they do, as I imagine they do in the States, because you're always going to take the bigger denominator and be like, yeah, look at our big number. But you then have to divide it by 9 to get the actual number of megabytes. It took me a while to figure this out when I'm like, well, hang on, why am I only getting 5 megabytes to 10 megabytes per second on my download speeds, and I'm supposed to be getting fucking 80? And it took me a hot second to figure it out. And well, I say figure it out, I mean I had to Google the shit out of it for a while, and I finally. But I mean, you consider what that is then. So 50 megabytes per second. Now times that by 9, so that's 450 megs. That means that if you're not basically running an internet provider that's advertising 450 meg per second,
I'm running at
you are technically
110.
below the curve.
I'm running at 110. Like
110 megabits.
with everybody streaming, me streaming, like me on my phone, and people upstairs watching Netflix.
Yeah, so that's 110 megabits per second, mate. All right. So again, you
Even on the
divide it by 9.
even on the Ookla speed test app.
Yeah, that's not showing you megabytes. If I do the Ookla speed tester, it will show me 80 megabits. When it says MBS, it's talking megabits per second.
Hang on. I'm going to see if we can change the thing results.
As I say, it's easy enough to do, mate. I mean, so what did you say you're getting? That means that bad when he downloads something. If you were to download something now, bad, and you looked at your download speed, you would be roughly downloading 13 megabytes per second.
Yeah.
So on that basis,
oh, hang on, I can change it now. I can change it to actual megabytes per second, bits per second. Right, I'm getting a 10,
about 13.
10, 11.
There you go. You see, but that's what they do, mate. It's like they lure you in with a big number, and you think, oh yeah, I'm getting all this bandwidth. On that basis, you've got 1/5 of the bandwidth. You who's probably got the best internet out of all of us, if I'm honest, even though you're sharing it, you have got 1/5 of the required bandwidth on Doc's estimate to be able to to play Microsoft Flight Simulator at a decent level. Yeah, exactly. I've got roughly half of the speed that Bad does, but I live alone, and that's more than enough because it's probably still double what I need to be able to sort of stream 4K content and stuff like that. But if I want to download a file or a game, it'll take me twice as long as Bad. Yeah, I think actually, I, I actually think the only person we know that has internet that will probably be up to that sort of level is Taylor. The reason Taylor, because Taylor's got like a business internet that's running at something like 800 meg. He can play Microsoft Flight Sim to a fucking, for him that game would be spectacular. I mean, really good. I think he's like, next thing you know, he's in your house.
His internet's so good, he's got a live feed of the fucking ISS as his background.
Literally, it's just like, beaming directly there from the Apollo fucking space station.
Oh, lads, do you know, thinking that, right, I watched one of the most incredible things, like, on YouTube the other day in 4K. It's a company called Nova, right? I don't know if you've heard of them, Doc, and it's a collection of all of the images and all of the footage that has been put together of Mars. And oh my God, was it good to watch in 4K? It wasn't. Oh yeah, yeah. Hang on, Chili. It's Danny. Can we add Chili? Is it all right? Yeah.
Why would you even ask?
Well, you never
Of
know.
course,
I'm
of
joking.
course,
I'm joking. Of course, I'm
course,
gonna
it's
add it.
okay, Red.
But the footage that I saw was like it was so reminiscent of like little parts of Earth, but then it's just like when you're on the planet. Sometimes when they're on the planet as well, they don't get it's not red. It's like a blue hue. Like they see and I've wondered, is that because of the how blue our planet is, and it's sort of reflecting into their atmosphere, and they
No
see it as that,
chance,
but
mate.
it's
Our
not.
planet is a long way away from Mars. You can't even see Earth from
Oh,
Mars.
you can see. There's pictures from you can see Mars and you can see the sun. It, yeah. And there's pictures. What were they called? Oh God, what were the
With the
robot? What were the
penis.
rovers
Well,
called? What were the
yeah. I mean, well, yes, you
Optimism
can
and?
see them, but I mean, you don't just look up in the sky and go, "Oh, yeah, there's Mars."
Oh
I
well,
mean,
they've
it's
got
not like an
well,
obvious
there's
red
cameras like.
ball in the sky, is
Well,
it?
you know
It's
the
a
cameras
fucking
on.
dot.
You know the cameras on some of the rovers we've got up there, because we've got about 4 rovers up there. 2 of them like we've lost fucking complete power to, and one of the sad like they spoke, these robots like spoke and shit, and it said it's getting dark, battery low, and then it died. Yeah, raving, mate. Mmm. There's some
Ugh.
really good shit. Really good shit.
Well, that's because they really filmed the whole thing in fucking, Hollywood
Well, do you know what they've actually got? They've got a
in a
place
bunker.
called no, they've got a place called the Mars or something. It's called the Mars. Oh, it's something weird. I can't think what it's called, but basically, it's a replica of like a tiny little replica of Mars, and they've got the exact same rovers, and they're driving them around on the exact same fucking terrains that they're going to be experiencing, or what they believe. No, it's not. It's not. It's called something Mars something. I can't think what it's called, but it was all on this Nova thing, and it's they put all these 4K images together, and they're over thousands and thousands of images, and it's some of the strangest, like just most mind blowing shit, and like you actually believe like, oh, like imagine it happened and someone was out there. We actually got humans out there in a little like self contained little space sort of home thing, and it landed.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that Mars has an atmosphere. It's not. I mean, not one that humans could possibly.
Yeah, it's got a lot of CO2.
Survive, obviously, but
CO2.
I think that might be what's responsible for the blue hue that you're talking about. It wouldn't be. It's certainly not a reflection from Earth. We are. Yeah, all right. When I say you can't see us, what I mean is we're like a dot in the sky, nowhere near big enough to cast a reflection on a place like Mars.
It's beautiful, though.
I mean,
the landscape is beautiful when you see it. If you ever get a chance to see it, watch it. It's fucking beautiful.
I was walking around on Mars about 20 minutes ago in this game.
I was watching it in 4K. You know, like something to watch before bed.
Is that where you get candy bars? Because boys go to Mars to get more candy bars. Is that true? They're like
I went to Mars to murder a load of Martians, and it worked out fairly well.
Have you got? Do you have the opportunity to talk to us about getting in trouble about your day out?
About your what?
Huh? My day
Have
out?
you just Jilly's day out?
What?
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything. Day out.
Oh, day out.
Had a good day today.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't speak whatever weird fucking language Bab was trying to rattle off there.
Does anybody want? I want to know. Like, are you in the position that you can or you can't? Can you talk about it?
You're streaming, so I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Let me turn it off. Thank you very much.